Okay.
That's Susie.
You're muted.
I see that you guys are there staying cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Hello, Alex.
Hey,
Hi,
hey.
everybody. Okay.
That's Susie.
You're muted.
I see that you guys are there. Okay, perfect. Okay, I had the broadcast also on the other screen, so I know that we have our students joining us live in the chat. I'm seeing all of these wonderful messages here. I'm also looking to the right side of me where I see a lot of beautiful souls also watching us on the broadcast. So hello from this side as well. And I think we can get started. We are rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's switch back to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a truly transformational experience, designing our very best lives. Everything you ever want, everything you ever need, right in front of you. Your very own Lifebook. Over 56,000 students worldwide went through the Lifebook program. We have more than 2,000 success stories and more are coming weekly. And we hope to hear your success stories also at the end of this journey. And with the risk of spoiling the ending of the program for you, let me just say that it works. We know that it works because, like Jon says, you cannot bring this level of consciousness to all the areas of your life and not see improvements. Lifebook is a complete system to envision, plan, and achieve our very best lives. We are in the envisioning phase of our journey. So we invite you to dream big throughout this entire program. Know that this dream is going to be different for every single one of you, because at the end of the day, your Lifebook is authored by you and for you. We believe that there is no one-size-fits-all solution for everyone and in any category of life. Therefore, it's up to us to discover our own magic formula for success, balance, happiness, and fulfillment. And we are here to offer you guidance throughout this entire journey. This program has been described as drinking through a fire hose. So fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be an epic ride. So hello again to all of the beautiful souls from around the world, everyone joining us live and on broadcast. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I know for a fact that we have people from all over the world joining these calls, including at very odd hours of the night, like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or very early in the morning. Welcome to all of you. I am Alex. I am the head of the Lifebook community, and I will be your moderator for this special series of calls. And on behalf of Mindvalley and Lifebook, the joint teams, I would like to welcome you to our Lifebook Q&A coaching call. This call deals mainly with the content from the Journey Begins video and aims to give you the main frameworks to make sure that by the end of this experience, you will emerge with a completed Lifebook and a crystal clear life vision. We have a great session prepared for you today, and I believe, as always, that you will walk with some amazing gems and insights from our session today. Before I continue with this introduction, let's do a quick progress check. So this is for those of you who are already students of Lifebook Online, and you already have access to the program. So for those of you here in attendance on Zoom, I'm going to launch a poll. So please vote, and we will see the results shortly. The questions are very simple. Did you take the Lifebook Introspect assessment? You will see that these are lead-in questions, right? That there's no yes or no. There's yes and no, not yet. These are important milestones in the program, and you need to do it. So did you take the Lifebook Introspect assessment? Yes or no, not yet. And did you watch the Journey Begins video? Yes, no, not yet.
Yeah.
So as you are voting.
That's great.
It's a good group. Wow.
Good numbers, Alex.
Lots of people saying yes. Awesome. You guys are bringing it already.
Okay, fantastic. So, wait a minute, just a second. Did you guys see the poll?
I think Jon accidentally pushed close, Alex. I tried to stop him, but
Oh man, you should never give me the
So
capability to do that.
I'm not gonna let him touch the screen again.
I ruined the
Sorry.
poll. However, I see nothing but yeses up here. So
Sorry, Alex.
Well, of course, it's just one yes. So it's like we're having a show for one person, right? So
Perfect.
now,
Sorry.
please don't touch anything.
all right,
Hands up.
all right.
Hands up. Okay. So as you guys are voting, so again, you will see the poll now on screen. Great. So just to give you a few more things about the call today. So this series of live coaching calls will also act as milestones and accountability to help you complete the entire process by the end of these 6 weeks that we have together. We start the day with framing the entire process for you, and then you have this entire week to work on your first two categories, health and fitness and intellectual life, and we will meet next week to dive deeper into those categories. And then we'll take it 1 week at a time. So trust the process, take it one step at a time, and you will emerge from this experience with your completed life book. For today's call, we actually have a few pre-submitted questions or a few frame-up questions that we want everybody to know in order to get the most of this experience. But we will be also taking a lot of live questions. So you have in your Zoom account, you have a Q&A feature. So you can post the question there, and you can also upvote the question. And I will be alternating between the questions that we already have on the list and the questions that you guys are posting live right now. One other thing, when it comes to helping you achieve, create your life book, on this particular call and in the chat, I know that we also have Lifebook community members and also Lifebook leaders. These are people that have gone through the program. They are long-term members. They are living the Lifebook lifestyle, and they will be also helping you out in the chat with helpful hints and insights throughout this journey. Whew. So that's a lot of talking from me. That being said, without further ado, let's welcome our wonderful guides on this beautiful journey. Jon, Missy, welcome.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. That was a beautiful intro. We're so excited. Hi,
So good
everybody.
to be here with all of you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Wow, big time.
Amazing. So my speed reading skills will be thoroughly tested because we have reached the capacity for this call. So this Zoom call is at 1,000 people capacity. I will check shortly also to look what are the numbers on the broadcast. But let's end the poll, see where we are at. So I am sharing the results now. So we had, wow, it's an 89% of those who voted. So more than 800 people voted. 89% said yes on taking the Lifebook assessment. That is really important because, I'll tell you why, because at the end of the program, we will ask you and you will be prompted in the program to take the Lifebook assessment again, because we would love to show you the progress that you've made on this journey. And even more people, 87% watched the Journey Begins video. So
Those are the best stats we've ever gotten. Those are the
You
best
guys.
compliance stats we've ever gotten.
Wow.
So this group is off to a friggin' great start.
You guys
Congratulations, you guys.
Big time. Yep.
Serious people on this call.
I love it.
Amazing. That's exactly what we want to see, because if you go through the videos, if you do this work, you will also get a lot more from our experience here today. So that being said, let's start with our first big question, because we are embarking on a transformational journey. Jon, can you please paint us this high-level picture of the entire Lifebook process? And what's our journey going to be like? What are the fundamental pillars to not only design this ideal life that we also want, but also to achieve it?
Awesome. I sure will, but I'd like to ask a question to the group first. And my question is, you guys go ahead and light up the message board. Why are you here? Why did you sign up? What are you expecting to get from this program? I just want to see clarity. Find myself, change, big change, purpose, change, radiance. All right, let me just let this wash over me a second.
Wow, beautiful, guys.
Yes.
Okay, you're on purpose. This is good, guys.
Okay.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Jesus,
Okay.
God.
I'm going to start by telling you what this process is at the end of the day. The Lifebook process, and I'm talking about from start to finish. You guys are in the first phase right now. As Alex said, you're in the envisioning phase, in the thinking phase. The second phase is the doing phase. So we get crystal clear on what we want out of life in the first phase. And in the second phase, we bring that into 3D reality. And this process is a scientific process for doing that. It's not some new age mumbo jumbo. It is literally a scientific process for creating a vision in your mind of the person you want to become and the life you want to live, and then getting that vision out of the ether, out of your neural cells and into 3D reality. You're going to see it. You're going to see it build week by week until one day you cross a threshold and you're living that life and you are that person. That's what happens during this process. Anything?
No, that's it, man. Right there, what he said.
So let me just take you through just really quickly the 50,000 foot view of the path that you're on. The first thing you're going to do is Lifebook Online. That's what you just signed up for. In Lifebook Online, this is the thinking piece, which is so important, you guys. This is the foundation.
And dreaming.
Yeah, if you get this right, the rest of the program will soar. If you don't get this right, you're going to have problems implementing it. So in Lifebook Online, we take a look at 12 categories of your life, and we ask you the same 4 questions in each category. What are my beliefs that control my behavior in this area of my life? What do I believe about love? What do I believe about health and fitness? These are the beliefs that control your behavior. When you get clear on those, we want you to let go of the bad ones and maybe add some good ones. That's hugely important. Second question, and I think it's the most important question: what precisely do I want in this area of my life? This is what most people go through life never even brushing up against, their true desires. And so we're going to get crystal clear on what you want in every individual area of your life. Next question is, why do I want that? Why is it important to me? What will I gain if I achieve it? What will I lose if I don't? Defining your purpose clearly is what gives you the fuel to get up out of bed every morning and move toward that life vision.
That's your motor.
That's
exactly your
right.
juice to get you going.
And then the last question is, all right, if that's my vision, if that's what I want in every area of my life, what do I need to do to get that? What is my strategy? These turn out to be the great questions of life. What do I believe? What do I want? How do I get it? These are the great questions of life, and we're going to help you ask and answer them all the way through this program. You will end the Lifebook Online program with clarity in what you want in each area of life. And then we take those individual visions and we add them all up into one life vision. The question we ask there is, if you achieved your ideal self in each one of these categories simultaneously, what would you look like and what would your life look like? Okay, that's where you end the program, with a crystal clear vision of what you want to create, the person you want to become, and the life you want to live. And then from there, we go into Lifebook Mastery and our membership, if you continue your journey with us. And that's where we build it. Literally, that's where we bring it from the ether, from your brain, into 3D reality. And here's how we do that. We take that life vision that you've created, we get it down on 2 pieces of paper, a 2-page life vision synopsis that defines your ideal life. And then we have a goal setting process where we help you basically for the rest of your life. We help you set goals against that life vision on a regular cadence. We help you attach daily habits to each one of those goals to ensure that they're going to actually happen. And we help you develop a customized educational curriculum so that you're learning what is most important for you to learn in order to propel you the most effectively toward that life vision. So many people study, so many people work so hard, but they study the wrong things and they work on the wrong things, as opposed to focusing all of your attention on that life vision. Everything in your life is aligned and going in the same direction. And then lastly, we track and measure. You're going to take the pre-assessment and find out where you are right now going into the program. 6 weeks from now, you're going to take another assessment. The average increase in life quotient after 6 weeks in our program is 12.1%. That's remarkable. And the average increase after a year in our program is over 25%. And that's basically living a new life, you guys. That's what that is. So Lifebook is a scientific method that uses objective data. We're getting the objective data from you that proves the efficacy of the program, and you can see your progress. Our promise to you is this: if you simply do this process, do the work in front of you. It's a complicated process, but we've made it so easy for you. All you have to do is the one exercise in front of you. You nail that, and then you move on to the next one. You nail that, and then you move on to the next one. And if you do that, our promise to you is that you cannot possibly fail to make measurable progress to your life vision every month, every quarter, every year. This is going to change you as a person. This works every time for every person that really is committed. And that's the key, you guys.
It is. But it sounds like you guys, I mean, from the results of our first little survey this morning, you guys are enthusiastic, you're committed. And that, to me, that's number one.
It is number one.
That is number one. If you believe that this is for you and you're going to do it and you're going to play full out, that's the big thing. Everything he's saying right here, you guys, however much you bring, you get.
That's right.
However much you bring to this. If you look at your life and you look under every single rock, every single nook and cranny in your internal world, and release the energy that needs to be released and build the new beliefs you need. I mean, it's really a remarkable experience you're getting ready to start.
So some people think their intelligence is the key to writing a good life book. Other people think that their motivation is the key to writing. It's not. Your commitment, that's all you need. You need to want it.
And enthusiasm.
You need to want it, and you need to commit to it, and you need to bring your very best self. If you do that, you're going to get results that will blow your mind. So that's the process that you're in. You're at the very beginning. You're going to love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Nice. Thank you for saying that.
It's like you wrote the entire thing. You know it. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of questions. Let me tackle a few quick tech stuff. So on the top right corner of your Zoom account, you will have a button that says view. You can click there and say speaker view, and then you'll just see Jon and Missy. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the Q&A that belong to the health and fitness, and basically about health and fitness. So this will be the topic of our next session. In this particular call, we are tackling mostly about setting yourself up for success with this methodology. So let's go with this question: how to set yourself up for success and get the most out of the next 6 weeks if you are doing Lifebook for the very first time?
That's a great question. And you guys, over the years, our biggest piece of advice is basically a 3-word piece of advice: trust the process. Trust the process. Missy and I started our life books about 25, 26 years ago. We never showed our life book to anyone for 10 years. This was our tool that we used to achieve our extraordinary life. When we started sharing it and realized that it could work for other people the same way that it worked for us, and expanded the program, we started seeing absolutely phenomenal results. And we continue to tweak it, continue to modify it. Tens of thousands of people have been through the program now. We have got this so dialed. You'll see this process is so dialed in. All you've got to do is the exercise in front of you. Trust the process.
Yeah, totally.
It works.
Because here's the thing, you guys. Some of you may have overwhelm in certain, like when you first start, because you're talking about 12 aspects, 12 different aspects of your one life.
Some of which you may never have looked at before.
True.
Right?
That's what's exciting about this program. But really what we're going to do is drill down into each one of these aspects or chapters or categories, right, of your life. And what happens, you guys, is once you bring all this consciousness deeply to each one little category, you start getting rid of contradictions between the categories, okay? The bottom line is it's one life. You have one thing. But what we're going to do in this first part is dissect it. We're going to go in, and it's up to you to be brave and to root out all the BS that's inside of you that needs to be released. You got to look at all of your beliefs. You got to, I mean, it's hardcore, you guys, but it's up to you. However much you want to bring to it is how much you get out.
And again, going back to the big piece of advice, trust this process, because tens of thousands of people have been through it. this
And
is a
it can be
scientific
overwhelming.
method
Mhm.
to get you where you really want to be. And you don't even know
That's
where
right.
you really want to be right now. That's the first thing that we've
Yeah.
got to figure out is, what does your ideal life look like?
Mhm.
And then we've got an entire doing process to achieve
Mhm.
that. So this is dialed in. It'll work for you. Just trust the process.
That's right. And you'll see it takes on a life of its own once you really do trust the
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
Amazing. So let's go with another common question that we get at this start of the journey. I saw it also in the Q&A. So I was mentioning there that I said it will be answered live. When doing Lifebook as a couple, how do you create a shared life vision if the two partners don't necessarily have the same vision individually? And you can also expand on the idea of how is the ideal way for a couple to create Lifebook together.
Yeah, so that's a question that we get all the time. And the first thing I want to say is Lifebook is the best tool a couple could ever have, you guys.
That's
Because
true.
here's the deal. 90% of the problems that you're going to have in your relationship are going to be as a result of you not being on the same page in one or more of these areas. She's a spender and he's a saver. He's a disciplinarian with the kids and she's lenient with the kids. These literally 90% of the problems that you're going to have in your marriage or in your relationship are going to be as a result of not being aligned in these areas, which is why this is the best tool a couple could ever have. How you want to come at it is you want to do it separately. This is solo soul work, right? You want to do it separately. And then after you're done, you sit down category by category and you share your vision. And if you've got different visions, you talk it down. You stay open, you stay compassionate, you really listen to what your spouse or your partner is saying and really seek to understand. They listen to you and seek to understand. You might not be able to get it 100% aligned right out of the gate, but get it as aligned as you can. And over time, it'll get more and more aligned. This is the best tool ever for a couple, but you got to do it separately. And then you've got to,
and then come together. And then communication is the key. And you'll hear us say that a lot about communication, because that's really what this is. Right now, you're learning about yourself. You're communicating with yourself. Next is relations with others. But the bottom line is, you guys, this tool is the tool for couples.
Exactly.
Because you are separate. You're clear who you are and what you want. And then here's your mate. And when you can come together and communicate,
then it creates a new thing called your relationship. This is why Missy and I have this is why we have the relationship we have. We've been doing this for 25 years. Right. We don't ever fight about anything important because we worked it all out. I mean, there's nothing to fight about. Yeah. Literally. Here's a great tip for couples, you guys. I just learned this in the last couple months from a world-class psychologist. And it's about sort of conflict resolution. This is brilliant. When you're sitting down taking a look at the vision for your love relationship or the vision for your financial life or the vision for your parenting, and you've got differences, what you should do is this is a great exercise. One of you states your position as clearly as possible. Your partner then has a responsibility to say, this is what I just heard from you, and repeat it back to you in a way that you're happy with, that you know that he or she understood what you just said. All right. And then they share with you, and your job is to repeat their position back to them in a way. Isn't that great? Yeah. It's friggin' awesome. In a way that ensures that you heard what they said. And then from there, you can start to tweak. You can start to add the best of both worlds and subtract some of the things that don't work. But for every couple on this cohort, congratulations. You're getting ready to take your relationship to the next level. Yes.
And be brave, you guys. But everybody keep your heart open, because this is deep work, and you'll bump up against some crunchy bits here and there. So just keep your heart really open.
So I actually saw a cool question while I was reading to the chat. And also, please don't send private messages because I will not be able to type. This one's from Sarah. We are all human and we all fail. What is your process for giving yourself grace when slipping from the path to your ideal life vision?
Well,
what's the process?
You're right. There's no stopping failure. Failure is where you learn your lessons. Failure is something that we can all be thankful for.
That's right.
I've learned in my life that I tend to learn a hell of a lot more from my failures than my successes, right? So it's a gift in a way. And we have such dialed in processes in this program that when you inevitably fall down and fall off of the wagon, we've got 10 different strategies to pick you back up and get you back on.
Plus our community.
Plus our community is there to support, encourage, and inspire you on your, everyone's doing this. This is a community where everyone's doing the same thing and they're supporting each other in doing it.
Yeah, but I would say this, the number one tool to get you back on track is your life vision. I mean, that's your North Star, right? And we all fall off. Trust us. You'll learn if you're in this community. You'll hear all about our problems. It's great. Anyway, you're inevitably going to get off the path, and that North Star. You're like, wait a second, hold on. That's where I'm going. Yeah. Why am I over here? So get back on your path and keep going again. Literally the life vision piece, that manifesto that you end this course with, is your North Star. And that keeps you going on track.
This course has so many things in it.
Fail safes.
Fail safes that will ensure. I mean, we know the problems. We know what people encounter. We've lived them. We've seen tens of thousands of people live them. Yeah. This course will help pick you up and get you back on track more than any other course you could encounter.
Trust the process.
Here's another common question that actually we didn't get from a long time from La Keisha. Does it make sense to work on other programs while doing Lifebook? Or should we only focus on completing Lifebook first and then other programs afterwards?
The latter, 100%. You don't have time to do anything else with this program.
You don't want distractions.
Yeah, this work is going to be some of the hardest work you've ever done in your life. Some of the deepest soul searching you've ever done in your life. You're going to take 2 categories a week. You want to move as much off of your plate as you possibly can to do that work. But I will tell you this, after the 6 weeks, when you have your finished Lifebook, what you've created is an organizational system for doing other programs. For instance, you might decide you want to do a love relationship program. Well, you're going to have a place to keep all of your insights, all of your breakthroughs, all of your strategies from that program called the love relationship chapter in your Lifebook. So you're going to end up with this file system. All the education that you do in the future will fit into you. So it's a great course after which to do other programs, and you can bring it into your life vision, but don't do anything while you're doing this course.
Yeah, because what you're going to be doing, guys, in the 6 weeks is building the structure, the structure of your life, with which you will fill it with all of your magical dreams and actions, right? So don't get,
in this day and age of distraction and multitask, I am strongly recommending that you stay focused and you stay disciplined. Do this program. It'll be the best work you've ever done in your life. You've never gone this deep on yourself and on what you want.
That's right.
Don't let anything distract you. Win that battle. And then from there, the world's your oyster.
That's right. Otherwise, you won't hear your small voice saying, this is what I want. This was my dream.
And by the way, when it gets uncomfortable, and you're really looking down there and you're a little bit uncomfortable with what you're finding, that's when you're going to want to reach for another program. Don't do it.
Yeah. That's when you're really on it.
Yep.
You're over the target. When you're touching those raw nerve endings, oh, this might be where I need to.
The obstacle is the way. The obstacle is the way. If you start to run up against resistance, go there. That's where you need to go.
That's your answer. I love it.
Let's take a few seconds and say also hello to the more than 1,200 people watching us on YouTube.
Wow.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey, YouTubers. How's it going?
Great to have you.
Awesome.
So, although I said that I'll take questions only from Zoom, I saw one here from YouTube. So let's go with this question from YouTube, because I've never seen it in another live session asked. Any tips if you are doing Lifebook or going through the Lifebook journey for the 4th time?
Woo! Awesome. Congrats.
Okay, let me think about that. Yeah, we go through every 2 to 3 years. Yeah. And remember, we've been doing this 25 years, so we've probably been through a dozen times. Because here's the thing, you guys, this is a dynamic process. This isn't one and done. Your life changes and your Lifebook needs to come up with it, keep up with it.
That's right.
For instance, if you've got kids, you got a 6-month-old, a year later, that's going to be a 1.5-year-old kid. That's a different friggin' situation. So, right. Same thing with career. These are fast moving categories.
It's an organic
living
why, thing.
Exactly. That's why it's good to go back and revisit it. Fourth time is hardcore though.
That was when before we moved here, we did it like
that's exactly
4
right.
times in a
Okay,
row.
so let me just I'll say I'll explain what Missy just said. The biggest piece of our life vision was to move to Hawaii and build heaven on earth. And you guys will learn about how crazy we are through this course. But anyway, we had to go through Lifebook 2 times in a row, 2 years back to back, to get ready for this giant
and that was
move
probably
across
like
the
our
world.
6th or 8th time going through, right?
So here's what I would say. If you're going through the 4th time, I think it's time for you to raise the friggin' bar. It is literally time. Look, you've got your foundation under you. It's time to shoot for the stars.
Shake it up. Yeah.
That's
good.
I don't want to give away too much, but if you stick with this process long enough, you're going to start to look for your limits and realize there are none.
That's good advice. That's very good advice. Ooh. Nice.
Another thing is that you will start seeing nuances pop up, things that you just took for granted or just passed through, like fleeting, catch on a new connotation or a new insight for you. One of my favorite quotes is, you cannot bathe in the same river twice, because you are not the same man and it is not the same river.
That's right. I love it. Oh, you have such good quotes.
Well, Alex, that says it all about going through Lifebook the 2nd and 3rd time. Right. It's all, and you guys, you've read a couple books that you love 2 or 3 times, and every time you get something new, right? But if you're going through your 4th time, I think it's time to raise the bar. Muster the courage to ask for what you really want, but be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get it. Really, those 2 things both need to be taken into consideration.
This is what I did this last year. Was it this year we took the kids through?
Yeah.
Okay. So John and I just took our
teenagers,
older teenagers through Lifebook this year, and I, for the first time since starting Lifebook back in the day, I started from a clean slate. I didn't look at my notes. I didn't use that Lifebook. I literally went through as if I was a newbie. And wow, that was awesome, because we are starting a new sort of chapter, life chapter here. And I just wanted to start from a new place. And I did, and I got all these new, it was really beautiful.
Well, and also we're in a major transition. So we're reinventing our lifestyle right now. So that was valuable. So let me add that though. So 2 things. If you're going through for the 4th time, either I would suggest you take it to the next level, look at all your notes, level up everything, or do what Missy did, scrap all that stuff
and see what comes through
and start from scratch.
Yeah, for sure.
Either one of those would be very, very
You can't fail. You're kicking ass. Keep going.
Beautiful. So thank you to our viewers also on YouTube. Hey, come join the party.
For sure. Come join, YouTubers.
Amazing. So let's get down to business here. I'm going through the Q&A. So still a lot of questions on health and fitness. Again, this will be next week. I saw one that I really liked in the chat from Jürgen. After so many successful years and realizations in your life with Lifebook, how do you keep up your work and focus on your life vision to make sure you don't get complacent? And also keep challenging yourself and adjusting your North Star as an individual, but also as a couple.
All that's built into the system. That is literally all built into the system. Our cadence is at the end of the year, we all do a lot of work on our life vision. That life vision, that 2-page life vision synopsis, you guys, it becomes your daily devotional. You tie yourself to it. That is what you are going to create. That's your North Star. It's a decision-making framework. That's right. It makes every choice and every action you take easy, because it's held up to the North Star. And does that get me closer? Okay, great, I'm going to do it. Does that get me farther away? Screw that, I'm not doing it. It's a decision-making framework. And how you make sure that you continue your forward momentum is our goal-setting process against that life vision, our habit tracking process. All I can say is this.
It's our membership.
That's all built into the system.
Yep.
And the reason that you stay motivated and you stay inspired is because you guys are going to start seeing results next week. Do you understand that?
We're gonna get
This
excited.
isn't something that we're we're promising you results in 90 days after you're done with both courses. You're going to start seeing results immediately, and that gets addictive. It's like, holy shit, this is working.
And it's a good kind of addiction. It's positive, forward motion.
Exactly.
Yes.
So again, trust the process.
Yeah.
That's all built in. You're not going to have any motivation issues in this program.
Yeah. And if you do, reach out to someone in the community. That's the beauty of our community.
Yeah.
Also see it differently. Living a great life is also living by our own rules. So when you say that you are complacent and you are not living this, you might be creating your own chains, because you can create whatever rules that you want for your life. If I want to chill for 2 weeks, I will chill for 2 weeks because this is what I want. And then I can go down the path of creating something that inspires me, and then I get to work on that.
Beautiful. So true.
Great. So here's a question from Pam. What are some common setbacks and frustrations that might throw a wrench in my progress towards creating a compelling and completed life book by the end of this process?
That's a great question. And over the last 10 years, we've identified the two things that you want to avoid. What you want to avoid is overthinking, analysis paralysis, ruminating too much, right? Getting too in your intellectual head and
up here.
Right? That's gonna knock you sideways. It's gonna give you stress. You don't want to do that. You want to let this flow out of you. I would like to say everyone's different. Some people are more intellectual. Some people are more emotional. Some people write essays in every category. Some people just do bullet points. So you'll have to figure out what works for you, but we want it to flow. We want it to flow easy. Even if you're an intellectual person, we want it to flow easy. Do not overthink this.
This is a creative process. So you need to be in a relaxed, flowy way for creativity to flow, right? Because you really want to dream as big as you can, like really let your heart soar, and figure out what you feel. What do you really want this life to be like?
Don't stress out about how am I going to do this. Let all that chatter go. Don't overthink it.
That's right.
And then here's the second piece of advice. Don't underthink it either. Right. You've got to bring it. You've got to friggin' step up, decide what kind of a life you want to live and what kind of a person you want to turn yourself into. And you've got to bring the energy to make this happen. And
make some decisions.
Exactly. So we want you to hit that sweet spot and it may take you a couple categories to get the feel of it. But after the second, third category, you're going to get the rhythm.
You get the hang.
You want to let this flow out of you. You want to be excited by what you wrote. You don't want to overthink it. You don't want to underthink it. That's the best advice that we've learned over the last 10 years.
And I would say, we say this as we go through, but just take a few minutes before you start each category and really quiet yourself. Get rid of everything else that's inside in your mind. Quiet your mind and really say, okay, I'm gonna do this work. I'm gonna bring it all the way. I'm gonna ask my soul these questions, and my soul's gonna answer these questions, and just really set yourself up to receive. To receive what you want.
That's it. Just short meditation before each category, and then set an intention. I am going to I'm going to look at my emotional life right now, and I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to go there. And 2 hours from now, I'm going to have this category of my life way more figured out than I do now.
That's right.
Really get in there with an intention and make it happen.
And I'm sorry, I got to say one more thing. It's about fear, because fear will come up. And you guys, here's the thing. This is all imagination. Right now, what you're going to be ready to do, it's all in your imagination. It's not reality yet. So don't let the fear stop you. Like Jon was saying, that's overthinking, or maybe even underthinking. I don't know. But when you see fear, when it comes up, just take a deep breath and be like, okay, let's open that door. Let's look into that door. What is that fear? What is it? Boom. You go there and look at it and it dissipates. Or there's an answer there for you. Be really, really courageous and really brave and face your fears in the freaking eyeballs, because those are the ones, like Jon was saying, those are the doors you need to open. The fear and the angst and all that stuff, open those doors, let that out and see what's there.
It takes courage to ask for what we really want. Almost nobody does that. It takes courage, because what if we fail, number one, and
oh no,
and we're so conditioned by our parents, teachers, preachers, society, right? Culture. It takes courage to get in touch with what you really want your life to be like on this planet.
Yours,
so
nobody else's. That's right.
And by the way, if you're having trouble with that, reach out to the community. We've got our community members, our leaders, they're there to help you get through that because they experience the same thing. They're the perfect people to talk to about this.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Here's another question from the chat that I don't think we ever received from Adrian. What happens if you have no clear vision for anything?
It's okay. You will. You'll get it. That's okay. A lot of people don't have any idea what is going on or what they want or even what the possibilities are. And that's okay. It's, again, trust the process, you guys. Once you get started in this, we're just going to ask you a bunch of questions. We're going to get your creative juices flowing. We're going to get you to dive deep. We're going to motivate you and inspire you to really to go there. So again, I would say don't have any fear of anything, even that. What if I don't know? You know, a lot of us don't know. That's why you do this work.
Although I do want to say this, I think we've been conditioned not to ask for what we really want. I think we've been conditioned not to think about the life that we want to live. Look, let me ask you a question. How hard is it really if I asked you, could you just imagine just close your eyes for 15 seconds and answer this question? If you could have any body you wanted, your ideal body, what would that look like?
What would it feel like?
Is that so hard to answer? No, you can do that. You can do that in every single category. And that's what we're going to ask you to do. It's just people are not used to doing that. The society doesn't give a shit about what you want. How many times did you have a teacher in your educational process come up to you and ask you about what you really wanted out of life? Not one single time. No one cares out there. That's what this program is about. Getting you in touch with what you really want at a deep soul level. You're not used to doing it, but you were fucking born to do it.
That's right.
So let's roll up our sleeves and get that done.
Ooh, amen.
Beautiful. I will just add to that. It's very unlikely that if you go through the videos, you will not be prompted, or you will not have insights, or you will not have guidelines that will help you create a vision. But let's say that will not happen, right? One strategy that worked for me wonderful in this area is to create the counter vision. If you don't know what you want, then maybe you will know what you don't want.
That's great.
That's good, Alex.
That's fantastic, man.
See how awesome our freaking community is? And it's just one guy.
Yeah, we hear tons and tons of strategies.
Yeah, we do.
That's right.
Cool. Let's go with another question. Where was it? I saw this from, man, they go so fast. I wanted this one because it was very interesting. From Sasha. Okay. In the chat, how to combine doing Lifebook while being unemployed and worried about finances. I would probably restate it as how to do Lifebook when you are unemployed and worried about finances. Should I get any job to support myself, or trust that I will land something, or I'll get something better after completing it?
Dude, yeah, that's like that's a great situation to be in. Like you've got time to really focus, figure out where you want to take your life before you land your next job. I mean, that's like an ideal situation. Look, you guys, Lifebook is at its best when you're in a transition of any kind. You're getting divorced, you're getting married, you're graduating from school, you're changing careers, you're retiring. Anytime you're moving from one chapter of your life to the next chapter, it's the perfect time to take inventory of where you are, to ask yourself, where do you want to go next? What has worked in the past? What has not worked in the past? And you're in a transition. You're in the perfect time to do it.
That's right.
Dive in, take the work seriously, and let's see what unfolds.
Exactly. And I would say that the reason that those transition times are so good for this kind of work is because you're already looking at stuff. You're already in upheaval. You're already halfway there. Go all the way.
And that's when you really need to bring intelligence to your situation. Like when you're getting ready to make a change, you're going to get ready to step into something new. You don't want to do that unconsciously. You want to examine every possible outcome, because once you start, there's no reverse gear on that thing. And you want to make sure that you get it right. So I think you're in a great position to do this course and focus more time and attention on it than you might have been able to do otherwise.
Couldn't agree more. I had a conversation with friends even recently that basically repeat the same mistake all the time. They jump from one job to another without taking at least a few days to consider simple questions like, what didn't I like about that one? And
So
what
true,
would I
Alex.
like to get better in the future? Just a little, a pinch of consciousness, a pinch of consciousness.
Let me just say one last thing about that. This program may completely change the course of your next decision.
Totally.
I'm talking to the Sasha.
Yeah.
Sasha, you're in between jobs right now. Hey, maybe you make a commitment to get all the way through the career category without making a decision, because that category might just point you in the direction you need to be pointed.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's super exciting. I can't wait to hear what happens to you, Sasha.
Yeah.
Seriously, keep us updated.
We're expecting a report on week 5, Sasha.
That's going to be badass.
So this is a good time to also mention that we are trying to pack these calls with as many questions as possible. But when we get to the final call, which will be called 7 in this journey, it's a celebration call. It's also the time when we will do less talking and we would love to hear from you. In that call, I'll be unmuting. Many of you who want to join live, and would love to hear your breakthroughs, insights, or aha moments throughout this journey. So I'm checking the Q&A, and there are a couple of questions, several, around more clarity on the idea of the premise. So can you talk to us more about the premise? And I'll give you a few pointers on basically the general questions, which should I add the premises that I want or the premises that I currently have? Should I add things that I want to develop, or should I add things that I want to break, the disempowering beliefs?
So going through for your first time, what I would do, here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get clear on the beliefs that we have right now. And then we're going to look at those, and we're going to find disempowering beliefs that are holding our life back. No question about it. No question about it. Around money, around health and fitness, around love, you'll see. And then we want to get rid of those, and we want to install new beliefs. You guys, beliefs, the way we use beliefs in this course, beliefs are almost affirmations. They definitely need to tie back to reality. But you choose your beliefs. Make no mistake about that. You choose your beliefs,
whether you're conscious of it or not conscious.
Exactly.
Of it. That's
and so a bad health and fitness belief is, well, everyone in my family has diabetes, or everyone in my family is unhealthy. I guess that probably when I'm in my mid-30s, I'm going to get it like everybody else. That is a fucked up, disempowering belief that's going to lead you to a bad place. Versus a belief in health and fitness. My body was designed to be well. My body is a self-healing and self-regulating organism. And if I take care of it, it will take care of me. So all we want to do is figure out what your beliefs are now, get rid of the negative ones, install the positive ones that are going to move you most effectively to your life vision, and move on from there. And that's what this program does. So here, again, let me just recap. Go through the course, write down all your beliefs, good and bad, and then you've got some decisions to make. Do you really want to carry the belief that the love of money is the root of all evil through the rest of your life, that was put in your head in church when you were 7, that is stopping you from creating wealth? Or do you want to let that one go and install a new belief that's going to empower you to have success in that category? This sounds complicated and philosophical right now, you guys, but again, trust the process. We help you step by step make these decisions.
And you guys, here's the thing. This whole process is a Socratic process. It's about asking you questions. I mean, Jon and I have done this for so long. We've answered all of our questions, and we continue to do it, right? So when you're doing it for the first time, you really have to tune in to your own voice. And that's one of the most difficult things for people, I think, especially right now, with so much information just coming from everywhere, and everyone has an opinion on everything.
You can barely even hear your own voice anymore.
Right. So, but that's what's so profound about this program, you guys, because it's a chance for you to get in control of your own life. It's literally, we talk about going from the passenger seat of your car because, you know, society, the government, church, your people, whatever, someone else is driving your car. No. This process is about moving from the passenger seat of your own vehicle into the driver's seat, so that now you are the one that decides where to go. You're the one that decides what to think. You're the one that decides how to act. And all that stuff, all those actions, all those everything comes from, what do you believe about the reality of your situation right now? Beliefs drive your action. So that's why it's so important to choose really positive, empowering beliefs that serve you.
Well said, sweetie.
Thank you.
I want to add one more thing, you guys. The dramatic difference between the course that you're getting ready to do and any other course that exists, any other course you've ever done, is that the content that's going to change your life in this course is not going to come from us. It's going to come from you. This is the dramatic difference of Lifebook. You're not watching a guru who's sharing his or her wisdom with you, and your job is to apply his or her wisdom and your life will get better. That's the guru model. Every course is like that. And those courses are great. We love them. We do those courses all the time, but that's not what this is. What this is we're guiding you through a process that is an empty system. Your job is to fill up the system with your own stuff, your own beliefs, your own visions, your own purposes, and your own strategies. The reason that everybody that goes through Lifebook loves Lifebook is because it's their own stuff. They wrote it. It's customized to them. So, but that puts a responsibility on you. This is not a passive course. You can't just watch this course and gain a few great tidbits and apply them to your life. That's not what this is. You're going to be doing some work.
Deep inner work.
You are the center of this course.
That's right.
It's the one personal development course that's all about you. Yes, we're going to motivate you. We're going to stimulate your thinking. We're going to inspire you. But like Alex said, make no mistake about it. You are the author of your life book. This book is written by you and for you, and you're going to use it to guide you to becoming your highest self.
And by the way, beautiful. And by the way, you are made for this. Your body, human beings are made for this kind of work, you guys. So yay, let's do it.
Beautiful. So we'll turn our attention again to wonderful people on YouTube. We'll take one more question from Vida.
Okay.
So this question in the comments, can my young child also follow this training program? And what is the minimal age that you recommend this program?
Awesome question.
Yeah, we can easily answer that because we've been studying that for a while. So here's this is a kind of a weird way to say it, you guys, but when a young person is ready for Lifebook is basically when they start having sex, when they become an adult, when teenagers. Because we got the love category in here, and we've got career, and we've got financial. So 17, 18, a mature 17 or 18-year-old can easily go through the Lifebook program as it exists now. We're releasing this year a course called Lifebook for Teens that is 13 to 16, and that won't have love, that won't have parenting, that skips a few of the categories, and it's just a completely different methodology. We're actually coming out with a homeschool course later this year. So the answer to that question is the youngest that someone can go through this adult course would be when they start turning into an adult at 17 or 18.
But I will tell you, as a parent, going through this course yourself, I mean, we have so many families, Lifebook families, and we don't have a homeschool course or a teenage course yet, but some of our Lifebook families have literally just taught these concepts to their children. And we are all in favor of that, you guys, because it comes from the top down, right? If you're living this lifestyle, your kids are seeing you, they're going to automatically pick up on some of that. But also sitting around the dinner table talking about, hey, what are your beliefs in this? I mean, that's profound for kids.
So you can do it casually if you want.
For sure.
Alex, I did see a question that I want to answer in the chat. And it basically asked, is this system like the Landmark Forum system? And I don't know, Landmark Forum is, I think that more people have been through the Landmark Forum than any other personal development program.
We've never done that program.
I think but our kids have, and I know a lot about it. I've studied it. I think that 80 million people have been through that course. Lifebook is nothing like Landmark. Landmark gets good results, but Landmark is all about your past. That's what Landmark is about. It's about dropping the baggage from your past, which is super valuable. Lifebook is all about your future. It's about the future that so that's the big difference between those two programs.
Nice.
So one of the cool things that I love about having so many people on the call is also that we get to see new questions that we've not seen before. So I also prioritize those because I'm also curious to know the answer. I will just want to mention that in your Lifebook course on the platform, After the Journey Begins video, there is also an FAQ where we answered another like 40 or 50 variations of questions about the Journey Begins. So that can be an extra resource for you guys there. So here's a question from Sergio. Why bother to improve your life when instant gratification gives you everything you want now? How can I teach my mind to not want instant gratification?
Well, how much time you got?
Here's the answer to that question. Pay now or pay later.
Oh my
That's
God.
the answer to that question.
Yeah.
There are two kinds of regret in life.
Yeah.
One is, I mean, the bottom line is this. If you either bring the discipline to, for deferred gratification, right? You either bring the discipline and defer that gratification. That's what leads to an amazing life. Or you use it all up right now. And
you don't have any more.
And basically, especially in today's day and age, the future of the human race belongs to those who can manage their pleasures. It's as simple as that. Our phones are ruining our brain chemistry. They're ruining our dopamine levels. Our pleasures are going to be what take us down. Short-term gratification is going to be what ruins your life. What you need to do, and that doesn't mean that you can't have short-term gratification, right, but it's got to be done intelligently. The way to get the life that you want is to sit down, take a deep breath, and visualize your best future and your best self. Figure out how to move in that direction. And you're not going to have to defer all gratification. You can give yourself a lot of rewards along the way. But there are two kinds of pain in life. The pain of self-discipline, get in that gym and do it, or the pain of regret. When you get to the end of your life and you know that you could have been more and you should have been more, but you didn't love yourself enough to bring the discipline to your life that was required to make yourself the best you could be. Jocko Willink says that discipline is the ultimate form of self-love.
Totally. And
so that's the answer to that.
Wow. I want to just use an analogy that I used for myself. That was really beautiful, by the way. You're welcome. Is short-term or what's it called? Gratification is like when you're on a hamster wheel and you get to ping that little water thing every time you come around. We're talking about getting off that hamster wheel altogether and walking in a meadow with its blank and have a huge canvas in front of you and say, what do I really want? How do I really want to live? It's either living in this little world of someone else's or go out and do it yourself.
No, let me tell you about short-term gratification if you've been doing this for 20 years. Missy and I live in paradise on a remote Pacific island in the middle of a food forest with our kids in the most amazing, spectacular lifestyle that you could ever imagine. We wake up every day and we say, what the hell is going on? This is unbelievable. We live in the Garden of Eden. We've created heaven on earth. Short-term gratification would have ensured that we never got here. Now we have gratification 24/7 because we did the discipline. We did the work that it took to think our lives down, to put a strategy in place, put one foot in front of the other until we got there. And now we're living there every day.
And that took 30 years, guys. Yeah. Now, good news is you're on a short track because it took us.
We had to figure it out.
We had to do this. This took 25 years.
We're handing you guys the system.
That's right. But still, it takes work. That's the thing. We live in this instant gratification world, but that's not real, you guys. That's not a reality. It's the meta reality, the fake reality. The real deal is that stuff takes time. Stuff takes real work, takes real action, takes real thought. That's what we've forgotten as a race, just because of all these distractions, this amazing technology that's really, truly wonderful. It has just as much negative to it, attached to it, just like everything. But yeah, okay. It's good. Enough preaching.
Beautiful. Next question is from Jim. What did you do to stay motivated and committed to your life vision over the long term? In your case, for decades, over 25 years.
Well, it's just seeing results every friggin' week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, I've decided that I'm going to do this 90-day health and fitness program, or Missy and I are going to take our love relationship to the next level. We're going to really focus on the most important area of our life, which is our love. Or we're going to start a new company. And the bottom line is, you will see so much friggin' progress, so much forward motion, so much momentum. That takes care of itself. Achieving achieving step by step your ideal life vision is what keeps you in the game.
That's right.
Again, you guys, this isn't something where we're promising you results a year from now or 90 days from now. We're promising you results next week. If you take that health and fitness video seriously, figure out what you want, what your vision is, figure out how to get it and start.
That's right. And adding to that, it's basically, you guys, we talk about this all the time. It's a flip that actually, or a switch that gets flipped inside of you at some point. You're like, it's an aha. It's like, oh, it's almost like if you've been waiting for something to happen over here and you're just like, I'm not very motivated, but you're waiting. Well, this actually, you'll have this moment when at some point in this program, it happens to everybody, where they're like, oh my gosh, you mean I can do everything myself? Like literally, like I can do this. I don't have to wait on the government. I don't have to wait on my preacher. I don't have to wait on my parents or anybody. It's empowerment like you cannot believe. And that is what we don't have in our society so much. Individual, I don't know what the word is. Empowerment.
The switch is the switch that gets flipped at some point. Sometimes it's really early, sometimes it's later, sometimes it's in the middle, is when you realize your life is yours. You own it. You are the responsible party. You are the decision maker at the center of your own existence. You're driving this friggin' car, whether you like it or not,
That's
whether
the
you
key.
realize it or not, you are the one in control, and you can take total power of that. You can get in control and drive your life where you want to drive it. Every single person in this program that takes this work seriously flips that switch, and that will change your life permanently and profoundly.
That's right. Well said.
I think that on this powerful note, we will close today's call. We are at time. Thank you very much, Jon and Missy. We will reconvene in 1 week's time to start the 2 barn burner categories.
Can't wait to see you guys.
Intellectual life.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
Alex.
Alex. Thanks. Next week. And you two people, get over here onto the right platform. Thank you.
Love you
Bye-bye.
guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Beautiful. Thank you. Us on broadcast on YouTube. If you got inspired via this call and you want to take the leap and join us here, where we will go every week and design our ideal life vision by going through all of these 12 powerful categories, you can still do that within the next 24 hours. So you can do that for the next 24 hours. Let me just share this. You can go to go.mindvalley.com/lifebook 2022. So I'll repeat, go.mindvalley.com/lifebook 2022. You can still take advantage of this amazing offer for the next 24 hours. This is the best offer that Mindvalley has ever released in partnership with Lifebook. So I hope that you'll join this group of amazing people. I love the fact that I saw these really cool results at the beginning. This is very inspiring also for me to see like almost 90% of you watched the video, did your assessment. I was reading in the chat, some of you already have a head start and you already completed health and fitness and intellectual life, the first 2 categories of Lifebook, which will be the topic of our next session. So you will receive emails with the link to join the session. Why aren't they all sent out all at once? It's like we do love to send emails every week because, like you see, these calls are live. So when we are definitely clear on all the hours and stuff, we send those emails out. One other thing that I wanted to mention was I wanted to quickly share, where was it? Here we go. So this is your program, Lifebook Online, on the Mindvalley platform. If you have not taken the assessment, please go to intro number 3. Take the Lifebook assessment. Very important, because at the end of the journey, we'll ask you to take the assessment again. And for next week, and here in intro number 5, you will see an FAQ on the journey begins. So there are around like 40 or something variations on questions about the framework itself. So if you need more help, please check those out. If not, go directly to category 1, health and fitness, play the video, start writing your PVPSs, move to intellectual life. You also have a FAQ, again, with the common last questions. And we will reconvene next week to dive even deeper into those powerful, powerful categories. A few main recommendations from my end. These have been outsourced also from the Lifebook community, from the champions, ambassadors, leaders, and members. So I'll go really quick through them. Number one, it's also like a summary of what was discussed here. Trust the process. Just take it one step at a time. If you consider all of the categories, you will feel some form of overwhelm. But if you take it one step at a time, you will see that you'll be so happy at the end of it. You cannot even believe that you have created your 100 plus 120 something page Lifebook, which takes me to the point of write it down. Even if it's just one line for each of the PVPSs for the first time you are writing your Lifebook. Even if you have to steal like an artist from the videos or what we learn from other members, please write it down. You will build it over time. This system is also like a placeholder for your ideas. It's a filing system. You can store ideas as they come to you. And if you're drawing a blank, no problem. Just move on to the next categories. We know from experience that some ideas for particular categories will actually come while you are doing the work for future categories. So for example, you cannot find a purpose for your health and fitness. You cannot find something powerful enough and motivating enough there. You leave it a blank, but you might find your purpose in your love relationship. The purpose is to be sexy for your partner. Or you might find a purpose in your parenting section. The reason for you wanting to have energy and vitality is that you can play with your kids or spend more time with your kids or go on adventures with your kids. So trust the process, take it one step at a time, write it down. The next one is finish beats perfect every single time. Don't let incomplete information or small uncertainties, momentary lack of clarity or inspiration, don't let these things lead to complete and total inaction, right? Just follow the process, move on, trust that the answer will come to you. I will stop here because I think we threw a lot of information at you. So thank you very much for all of these wonderful questions. The recording from today will be available within the next 48 hours or so. You will receive an email when it is posted. So keep an eye out for that. That is all for me. All that is left to say is we are very grateful to have you as part of our Lifebook family, and we are very happy also that you've decided to embark on this journey with us. We are here determined, as several teams come together, we are here determined to help you emerge from this process with your completed Lifebook. I love to start all of these series of calls. I think we are in year 7 at this point. So I love to start all of these series of calls by quoting my favorite Malay proverb, which I have based my approach to Lifebook on, and I have based also my life to a certain degree on. That proverb is sedikit lama lama jadi bukit. This roughly translates into little by little, over time, it turns into a mountain. It's a reminder to not get overwhelmed or overthink it. Simply work on the piece that's in front of you. I'm going to use this simple phrase at the end of each of our calls as a reminder of this truth. Small things add up to a great life over time. So stay committed, work on the piece that's in front of you. Thank you very much for all of your questions, for your comments, engagement, and participation, showing up, for playing full out. Look forward to seeing you next time. Be extraordinary, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.